Welcome to the Big and Small Podcast, coming to you from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Just a couple of guys drinking some beers, having some chow, and talking all things sports.
Let's go.
All right, so episode 78. We are post 4 nations and on to the regular season NHL again, which is kind of brutal to watch compared to what the other thing was. But anyway, episode 78, boys, get them up. Get your apple juice, Dougie.
That's it. Single-handedly keeping Snapple in business.
All right.
Thank you for all millions of big viewers. Looking forward to another good show as we're almost into March. Very, very exciting. We're getting closer and closer to the better weather.
It's the worst time of the year right now, weather-wise. Sorry.
So we're going to kick it off with a little bit of Celtics talk.
Okay.
So we're 3-1 since you came back from the All-Star break. Had a bad loss against Detroit. Kind of started and ended flat.
I almost bet that game, Dougie. I was going to bet on Detroit.
Okay.
It was back-to-back. They had guys out. I'm like, and Detroit's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is teeing up. I should have done it.
I have three points, I guess. I think I forget which NBA player said it. Might have been Durant. At this point, just get rid of the All-Star. Just give them 10 days off.
Yeah, the only problem is the NBA, they make money.
I don't understand how you make money putting that crap of a product out there.
Well, advertising. They do get,
G League players to randomly come up and do a dunk contest.
I know, it's terrible. Horrible.
I have that, and then do they have enough to win it all?
Celtics?
Yes.
Yes.
In their sleep.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? I don't know if you guys heard.
Punch that. This is a catastrophic injury. Punch that ticket.
On Felger Mass today, they were talking about, and they both agreed, actually, which was unusual, that if Tatum was the MVP, they agree with it. But they also said that he doesn't have the pizzazz or the drama. Like, he's not dating one of the Kardashians or, he's not that flashy guy. He's just, steady Eddie. And he's not, and the Celtics are boring.
Who said this?
Felger and Mass. And the Celtics are boring. So
I heard the same thing on the morning show VEI.
Right, Doncic and now he's in LA. See what happens with that whole thing.
well, there's some flash there.
Doncic?
Well,
He's out of shape and
but there's drama. It's like, the other night against the Mavericks, like he was doing like push-ups and shit. See that?
No.
Yeah.
No, but also, what's his name? The big guy, Jokic. I mean, what's the flash around them?
He's just flat out the best player.
We'll see. He hasn't won anything.
I know. Well, he's single-handedly.
Tatum right now is outrageous. I've said this every show. He plays point guard.
So am I. I'm saying every show.
He plays point guard. He's the point guard of that team right now. It is unbelievable.
So if you were to start an NBA team, which is another question they asked today, if you were to start an NBA team today, would you build it around Tatum or would you go the Joker?
Tatum. It is everything.
Yeah.
He's the best. He doesn't even have to be playing the role he's in. But right now is one of the best. He's the best point forward in the NBA by far, and one of the best I've seen. Period.
Yeah, he's good.
I mean, we could LeBron. Depending what you say with LeBron, when he could be that guy, and a few other guys. But it's like it's impressive. It's impressive.
No, I've been saying it.
And now, last night, that Detroit team, they're good. They just jumped up to the 4 seed.
Yeah.
After that win, and they're tough. It was a back-to-back for the Celts. So
right.
it's
Plus they had
no excuses. They turned the ball over. It was outrageous.
They had a bunch of guys out.
How many turnovers? But that was the kill in that game, and I think that was just overconfidence and over fatigue. But that Celtics team's they're nasty. A lot more enjoyable to watch than the Boston Bruins, who just
right.
gave up
But do you feel that's why Tatum isn't getting the amount of respect is because he is the best player on the best team?
That's what they say, but
like he doesn't have to have it every night. You know what I mean? Like Pritchard can come out of the woodwork and score fucking 25, or Drew Holiday could score 25, and just
that's the thing. But he still has the numbers on a team with guys that can do that every night.
Yep.
He still has the numbers. I mean, in my mind,
he's already shattered like Burns records and stuff.
Oh my God,
30-point games.
He's got better records. He's got better numbers than.
Won a title. They've been in the NBA championship game series. What
at his age?
4 years in a row or something? 3.
Yeah, he's done more than like Jordan.
Yeah,
like really talking about.
And Jaylen Brown's a good player, but that's not you're playing with Scottie Pippen.
No,
Jaylen Brown ain't going down as a Hall of Famer, and he's definitely not going down as a top 50 players of all time, 100 players of all time. And the last time they did it. It's also like you're not playing with, frankly, Kevin McHale, Dennis Johnson.
Holiday's pretty good.
But Holiday's good, but he's past his prime now. He's good. He's a battler. They're a great overall team. But this isn't like the Jays are a nice complimentary thing to hype up.
Yeah.
But they can, if Jaylen Brown doesn't play another game, they can win the NBA championship. Tatum doesn't play another game, no chance.
Right. But if Brown doesn't play another game, guys like White would have to elevate the game. And they can.
Yeah. But,
it's all right. I got a hot take for you.
At least we have somebody that's going to be in the playoffs. At least we have somebody that'll be in the playoffs because they've already screwed up my spring, the Bruins already. The freaking disaster. Absolute disaster. Sweeney should be fired. Neely should be fired. The coaches should be fired. Disgraceful. Just a disgraceful.
So they're a bad.
How they lost the other night.
A bad organization.
If you were a high school coach, you'd get canned the next day. High school coach. Just over and over and over. To give up goals in the final minute because they can't clear a goddamn puck. That's coaching. It's discipline. Go find somebody to do it. Go to the Boston Junior Terriers, find some kid to come on. Because if you don't have any guy in your entire organization to clear a puck under a minute every single game,
the numbers are ridiculous.
Shattered. It's shattered like the record, I think, of all time. That is all coaching, poor discipline, horrible system. Swayman, way overpaid. We called that from the get-go. They made the wrong move there, and they got nowhere to go.
Yeah, they're in no man's land.
Your two best, one of your best trade persons is McAvoy. By the way, is he out for the year?
I think so.
Did they say it?
I think so. Yeah.
I know Alma. I know
Lindholm's out for the year. Pretty boy McAvoy is out for the year. So what do you do? Stand fast. Just drop anchor. Like there's nothing you really can do.
Well, you can trade Marchand. Just to want to grab me one. Trade Marchand.
Did you hear what he came out and said too? Not Marchand, but Sweeney came out and said we've made him our best and final. It's balls in his court now if he wants to continue to be a Bruin or not.
Yeah,
said that in the interview. I think it was
and he also
yesterday.
Said, and he also said that we're getting as we get closer to the deadline, we'll see what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's definitely got the door open for him to get traded.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that was.
What are you getting for? A number one pick? They haven't drafted a good player in 10 years.
I'd like to see him get a young prospect. That's pretty good.
Well, let's see if they can judge that, because they certainly can't when they draft. Everybody talks about the freaking Patriots drafting recently.
No, it's
the Bruins are right there. There
is a veritable all-star team of picks that have been picked after the Bruins picked since like Beecher, when Beecher got picked. Like that whole, since he got picked, you could have an all-star team of guys every single year that got picked after their picks.
Yeah, the only players in this team that somebody would have asked, we've talked about. Somebody might take a flower march, but you're not getting anything. Somebody might throw you a number one pick. I don't know. I doubt it, but maybe.
Yeah.
If they're really in the run. But you're not getting anything significant unless it was a wholesale, like make a massive deal with the Rangers, who stink, and they need an overlook. McAvoy, Frederick's out, who stinks too now.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about the coaching of the organization. Another person that has regressed on that team. He was going to have a breakout year just a year ago. He completely regressed. Again, McAvoy, in my opinion, is totally regressed. Like, who has gotten better?
Boston.
Boston was a freak from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's gotten better. I mean, that's just crazy to me.
Swayman did get better, but they overpaid him. I mean, he was a product of 2 number one goalies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not the guy that can take the game in, game out every night. He can't do that.
So I would assume, because I don't think they have. So Sacco's obviously getting, I know he's the interim coach, but he's not coming back.
No.
So who do you go to coach this team, Rick? Since they're obviously lacking in that department.
I'd take the job. Let's go.
That's it.
Coach and I. We had the,
I'll take some gear, whatever you need.
yeah, the equipment guy.
Whatever you need.
There you go.
That's it.
That guy is. They were talking about Laviolette coming from the Rangers, but I'm like, local guy, but he's a predominantly a loser too. If I were them, I'd probably try and.
That's what the thing is like all the NHL coaches are retreads. They're all retreads.
I would try.
The same dudes just cycle back and forth all over the place.
Yep.
There's no new guys.
In my opinion, they blew it when they got rid of Cassidy. Absolutely repulsive decision. Repulsive. And I think, be whatever it is, they need a hot ass. They need someone that commander's going to be like,
Torts.
Enough of this bullshit.
Maybe Torts gets canned this year with Philly. They don't make it.
One of those type guys, they need someone commander. Enough of this. Grab ass, save the wheels, how we play hockey, and we're getting back to basics and, get ready to hit somebody. And if you don't want to do it and you want to be disciplined, you don't want to take stupid penalties.
Well, the sad thing is, if you look at the beginning of the year, the acquisitions, that people had the Bruins like one of the favorites to win the whole thing. Mm-hmm. They're so big. They're going to be so physical. Oh, they're all set. They finally got their big forwards. Blah blah blah. I was like, they suck.
Yeah, what's that?
It's terrible.
They lose tonight. Pretty much over. I mean, I'm just dying to see what they do with the trade deadline. I mean, that's the only thing that's got me anywhere interested in this club.
You got to have a yard sale. You got
about 10 days left. No, that's a lie. 8 days left.
Find some dudes, come in.
So, I mean, if we're sitting here talking about this on a weekly podcast, you would assume and hope management is having these conversations when they're in the office daily. Like, all right, boys, season's not looking too good. What do you think for next year? How do we want to go about this?
Get on the phones.
Oh, they're on the phones now. That's it. That's what they do. It's just a matter of what you can and can't pull off. And I don't see what, unless you're going to give up a ton of draft picks. I don't see who they have, even in the minor league system, who they have that is desirable for people to trade for. The only chip would, obviously anybody would take Pasternak, but if you do that, you would have to bring you like a huge haul.
That goalie they have.
People would take Zadorov 100%, but he's got a huge contract now. No one's taken Lindholm, either Lindholm. There's no one there that's an exciting player that says I got to get this guy to go win a Stanley Cup right now. Marchand's only one. Marshall would be like a Ray Bork deal when he went to Colorado, put them over the top. He was a role player with them on that team. They were loaded, but really solidified that club. And that's the only thing that can maybe bring you something. No, there's just nobody else that can bring you anything. I mean, it's that bad. I don't even know how much Swayman could bring you now with his contract. Who the hell's giving you anything for him?
Providence is one of the better teams in the AHL.
Would you trade that goalie down there, Bussy?
Bussy, why not? I don't know. Now they're down. Oh, that was a goal.
He might be a guy. He could be a guy. There's a couple of guys maybe down there, but they're always decent in Providence.
Patra.
Because they have AHL caliber players, very good AHL caliber players. Anybody down there could be playing on basically their third and fourth. Charlie Coyle, maybe some value.
Why?
Someone says third line. Good face-off guy, good defense.
He's a good kind of Peter kills penalties.
But still, it's no Hall. It's no Hall. It's Simon Cook. But they blew it all last season. Last year, when you had it all, make a deal, get something good for Swayman, get rid of him, keep Allmark at the smaller money. You got the young kid coming up.
Yeah.
It was a zero no-brainer. No-brainer.
It's almost like they turn into fans. And they fell in love with Swayman during the playoffs. And they were like, he's our number one. He's our guy. And I never liked Swayman because he's so short. He's not a prototypical goalie right now. He's small. And he loses pucks this way.
100%. I don't think he's a very good goalie, but he can be small and be great. But his problem is he's a flopper too.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, he just, for that money, never, ever carried the load for a year.
Exactly. I said the same thing.
Financial suicide.
I said the same thing. So this kid's he's never done it. Never done it. I mean, hold on.
You guys, you can get, I don't know what you'd have to make a block rate. Pavel Zacha's a good player. They're just playing where they shouldn't be playing. Zacha, Geeky's having a good year.
Yeah.
They get some guys there if you want to make this blockbuster deal with. Very limited. It's going to be interesting if they do it at the deadline. And we'll go from there. Let's move on because I'm already depressed.
Let's go to sunny Florida, huh?
Sunny Florida.
How about your Florida Panthers? Kachuk will be back. They're going to be my new team.
Yeah. I like them. No, I'm actually, you know what? I wouldn't mind. I'd like to see McDavid win one for once.
I don't think it's smashed the other night,
but he's a legit star. Like the guy, I mean,
he's a star, but they're good. If he doesn't win it, if he doesn't get to win it, he's a choker. He'll go down to one of the greatest chokers.
Maybe, yeah. Anyway, so the Red Sox
spring training still have Bregman drama going on. Nobody from management. Well, it's nobody from management. Still, how many weeks has he been here? 3 weeks. So nobody wants to, no pun intended, but step up to the plate and say where he's playing. And they're painting Rafi out to be like the bad guy. When I was telling you earlier, Coach Rick, I don't know if you heard this, but Breslow came on today and basically confirmed that they never had a conversation with Devers beforehand about signing Bregman. They're just like, we'll just sign him and figure it out on the back end.
Well, Devers is coming off a shoulder injury. So he's not going to be, I don't think he's going to be ready to play the field right away.
Did you see he hasn't even played with the team yet?
Yeah, he's hurt. He's coming off.
He's been taking grounders. And the one thing I will say, I saw a little bit of video, but I just heard people talking about it.
Yeah.
Boy found his winter weight. I'll tell you that.
Yes, he's big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Must have hibernated a little bit up here in the Northeast.
I heard something else. I heard that a lot of guys are bigger than they were. Like Raphael is bigger than he was. He's bulked up.
Yeah, he is. The other night, he hit a bomb.
Bunch of guys bulked up, and
they must have been hanging out with fucking Duran.
Yeah,
Ricky's boy.
It's all about results. It's all about W's and L's.
So I mean, they're interesting. It's all about pitching still. You know, as what's his name? What's his name? The guy, the lefty that they got last year that got hurt. Giglio. What is it?
He's not a lefty, is he?
Yeah,
Giglio? I don't
Hold
think
on.
so.
he's a lefty.
Giolito.
Is he a lefty? He's a lefty.
No, wait, no, they got guys there. It's about
But has he pitched yet?
who could be who. He'll be ready to go, but it's a matter of who's going to be proven. Who's proven? Who's proven they can win in this league? That's
Righty.
gonna be interesting.
He's a righty.
Yeah,
Oh, he's a lefty.
He's huge.
yeah. Right now, the only lefty in the rotation will be Crochet.
Giolito 6'6", 245.
Yeah, he's a power guy. I mean, he's good if he's ready to go.
Crochet's a lefty. Chapman's a lefty.
Well, no starters. He said Chapman.
Oh, yeah, Chapman's on center. They only have one lefty in the starting rotation, which is going to be interesting what they do with it, how it all breaks down.
Has Hope pitched yet? Like, what are we doing?
Well, they just started. Half the guys haven't even played. It's like they're
I
in a
know.
game today.
Well, you know who's playing every day is Marcelo Meyer.
I know. They get those prospects. They Casas they stuck him in to play against Northeastern. Love it.
I know. Him and the kids.
Yeah.
After he come out and said they should all get sent down.
They trade him now.
So it's funny. The other thing Breslow said, because they asked him about Breslow's comments and whatnot, and he kind of brushed off the comments, and he's like, I really like Casas. Casas as a player, I see him being, a guy who's going to produce, 40 bombs and 120 RBIs for us.
Maybe that's why it sucked, because you can't see talent. Casas has the potential to be. He's got all the ability in the world to do it.
Yeah.
But he's a mental moron. He's an absolute certified moron. And I can't stand him. I want him out.
I do too.
And that changes the whole mindset. It's when Campbell comes, because now the only way you get bang for your buck on Devers if Devers gets converted to be a first baseman. Then you're not worried about what you do with the whole situation. Because I'll tell you, what I've seen quickly with Anthony, Campbell, and Meyer, those guys are dudes. I mean, if you see them live,
yeah,
they are big, strong-looking kids.
Meyer is pretty smooth too.
Oh, I know. And then they had the other kid who hit a bomb the other day, who was good. They have some good young-looking players. But we'll see. It's just a matter how's that rotation going to break down, and I'm still worried about the bullpen.
Myers was 3 for 3 today with a home run, 3 ribbies. He had a single, a triple, and a home run.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
But that's why Casas got to get rid of it. I don't know. What's your rotation going to be? It's going to be interesting at the end of the day. But and then how that trickles down.
So who do you think? Who do you think your fucking opening day starter is going to be?
Crochet. Well, I mean,
that'll be Hulk. My bet.
Yeah, it would be Crochet, Hulk. Probably if Bayo's healthy.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Or it's Giolito, and then it'd be Bayo, and then I think the big one is
so Bueller would be your 5-day.
Yeah,
no, he might be number 3.
Yeah, I don't know. They were talking about starting the season with a 6-guy staff, which I think would be stupid.
Well, Crawford's already hurt. Bale's already hurt.
Yeah,
that's a joke.
But they'll be fine. They're small injuries. But what's his name? Goes back to the bullpen. Two got hurt again last year. He's got great stuff.
Yeah,
and that can be big for them there. Because they don't ever make him a starter.
Yeah,
Whitlock. Get him back in that back end with Chapman. Use those bodies as you go. Yeah, the kid they picked up from Texas. He's a lefty. You're just gonna have to piece that whole thing together.
They had a kid. You see the other day? I think it was Sunday. They were winning like 5-2 in the 9th, and they brought in some kid that went to UConn last year, lefty. Freaking blew up. They ended up losing the game.
It happens. It happens. It happens. But the Red Sox are going to be worth keeping an eye on. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it actually, kind of plays out. It's nice to, be talking about them and just not writing them off saying, they stink.
Well, a year ago, we were sitting here going, can you name more than 2 guys on the team? We couldn't really. I mean, a year ago, they were terrible. Now they got dudes.
Yeah, they have too many. They have too many, guys that should be traded by that.
I know.
Why is Abreu still there?
I know. I was just thinking that. Abreu, Matza,
Yeah, you can't. I could see
Duran, Rafael. That's 4 guys.
Because you'd have, no one's going to take his contract. But you could eat half of it.
You got Anthony. He's going to be an outfielder.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
He's going to play the outfield. Dude, we have to. But I mean, but all of guys, it's going to be interesting how it plays out with the club. I'm looking forward to it. It was nice to watch a game on TV with not there's actually sun and it's green and it's enjoyable.
That's why I watched it go.
Unlike this freaking hell I'm in. But anyway,
it is hell.
No.
So something else you can look forward to would be April 24th, which is going to be draft night for us, Rick. So,
love draft night.
What do you think? Who do you think? So now that everybody has that kid Carter going 1 overall, the edge rusher for Penn State, that he sort of have leapfrogged, and they got Cam Ward going to Cleveland, and then it's kind of a little bit of a shuffle at 3. Some places have Travis Hunter going forward to the Pats. Other places have that kid Will Campbell from LSU going to the Pats.
So here's the thing. This is the thing about the sports writers and everything around here. So if Rabel comes out and says, you know what, we're not going to make a big free agent signing with our receiver. We're gonna concentrate our free agents on both sides of the line. We want to make some big splashes to make our defensive and offensive line as good as they can be. So automatically they're like, oh, they're not gonna pick Hunter. Like, Hunter is the best football player in the draft. If he's there at 4 and they don't take him, they should fire everybody right away. Right? I mean, he brings flexibility. Well, in the NFL, the one thing you don't get is flexibility. Like, he gives you a drop-dead corner and a guy that you could put in, and he'd be, at minimum, your number 2, probably number 1 receiver on offense. Like, how do you not pick that guy if he's there? How do you not pick him?
Would you play him both ways in the NFL?
I would. I'd play him not full time, but I would play him. I mean, you could play him in the nickel situations on the D, and you could play him on,
I don't know. I don't know if I would do that.
Why not?
Because then if he gets hurt on one side of the ball, you're just going to get nothing but fucking flack from everybody saying you got greedy. Why is he doing this? Now you put your team in jeopardy. Could you took? Yeah, I don't know. They just don't. College ball though, not in the pros.
I think I love the guy. I think he's a freak, but I agree with you, Doug. I mean, it does concern me. I think it'd be a lot easier playing a receiver because half the time the receivers do nothing, frankly.
Yeah.
And it's really not a physical position. None of them really block and blah, blah, blah. No one runs spots through his video. So, and then you go in, like Coach said, you go in and you're a third down.
Yeah, you're a nickel
guy. Just go cover, so-and-so, for a couple plays.
Yes.
I think the difference is if he's a full-time corner, playing corner is a physical position in the NFL on all kinds of levels.
Absolutely.
And if you're playing that all the time, and then you pick a spot to go over the other side and have a package or whatever, I think that's tougher.
No, I agree.
It's doable.
I agree.
It's doable because the NFL, it's like every other play is a timeout.
No, you're right because
100%.
It's not like you can't. There's a commercial. It's not like he's going to get plenty of time to get a blow. You might, if it's a sudden change, he's coming off the field.
Yeah, but you're right. If he's playing full-time D, like he might be having to like take on a blocker. He might be having to, imagine him bringing down Derrick Henry. I mean, that kind of wears on you a little bit.
I just think though his impact on this team, if he's a full-time corner with Gonzalez, if you have two lockdown, shutdown corners,
and you beef up your line.
Else you can do, and then exactly what that allows you to do up front is dramatically different, and then it's very easy to create plays because, like I said, I mean, you watch we all watch the NFL. It's like, what's the best receivers in the game? How many catches do they get?
What do you mean?
They average like 8
a game?
I would say less 6,
less than 8, but
it's in that neighborhood. The best are around 8. So
I would say 6 with like 9 targets.
Right, and but 150 yards.
Yeah.
But I mean, so you could gauge. You got him. He'll be unbelievable on what McDaniels loves: the slip screen, easy play, run a couple, run that, run him on a fly. You could even go every other series with him offense. But if he played part-time defense, full-time offense, I'd have no worry. Full-time defense, part-time offense, definitely more wear and tear.
Yeah,
but that's a route I'd go.
But yeah, so it's going to pick up here in the next 2 weeks because March 12th is start of free agency.
Right. So I like a trade for Cooper Kupp.
You want Kupp?
I like that. But I mean, if he's
in a perfect world, in a vacuum, not like money or anything like that, who would you bring in? Who would be your ideal receiver?
Receiver.
Well, I mean, yeah, you said you want a Kupp. Would you bring in Kupp over Higgins?
Yeah, I would. But only because I think your money's better spent in other places. But to get Higgins to come here, you're 30 a year minimum. And I think they could spend the money. They could throw 25 at the left tackle from Baltimore, and really secure things on the front line. I mean, that's where I think they'd better spend their money. And you could bring a guy in like a Kupp. You could probably get, and I didn't know he was only 29, but Chris Godwin
probably cost you 22.
Yeah,
23.
You bring a guy like him in, and he's he's been great. He just got hurt last year.
Yeah,
but he's only 29. I didn't know he was that young. So I think there's a lot they can do, and I hate the stupid rebuild, blah blah blah. You can fix this shit quick. You really could.
Yeah.
With bring in some key free agents, shore up the lines like they want to do, and then make a good trade for a Cooper Kupp or I don't like Devontae Adams. I don't think he's the guy.
No.
I like Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's the guy I would bring in. And then, I wouldn't spend too much time in the draft with it. Because another thing is, and I know you guys hate him, but the receiving core they got last year in the draft, there's some talent there. They just weren't coached. They weren't coached. Even Elliott Wolf said he felt like they put a little bit too much on Polk's plate last year.
Well, of course he said that because he's covering his own ass, the fraud. Well, fraudulent statement he ever made. Though we didn't need him to say it. I had said it. That was the worst coach football team ever.
Terrible.
So of course they didn't know what they're doing. He's gonna be a much better player.
Yes.
But there's some cheaper guys you get. That I think going after Kupp is a good one. Unless, like I said, unless you go Hunter to become a receiver and really get that, deep threat. I don't know. I don't know. There's options out there. There's quarterbacks. There's receivers in the free agency market that aren't bad. But I agree. I would, whatever you do,
Yeah, feeling is one.
do not draft a receiver early. Whatever you do.
No, except for Hunter.
Yeah, well, that's it. But like Amari Cooper's available.
Yeah,
but you know,
cool.
they're not. You know,
Who's available is Stephon Diggs.
Chris Godwin. I love him as a player. 29 years old.
Stephon Diggs.
I hate. Bad decision.
Yeah, you think he's a bad guy to have to?
Yep.
Yeah, they're down 2-0.
Massive diva.
2-0 now.
He's gonna miss a breakaway, give the puck right back, boom, goal.
They're out shooting him 19-6.
Unbelievable. Pull him out of the game.
Yeah.
But again, it's very interesting. It goes on. I just feel, to Coach's point, I don't know enough. I got to be honest. I can't do a draft talk yet.
It is early.
Because I haven't researched it enough at all. I see what's out there and all that. I see what free agents are out there. Definitely go after the offensive tackle from the Ravens and free agency right away. I would make a hard push for Sweat, big time, pay him whatever he wants from the Eagles.
Yeah.
That I did right off the top of my head. I would say go all in as best you can for those guys.
Did you see that they gave permission to Gotchow?
Yeah, he's going because he stinks. He's a big mouth. That's the difference right now.
Would you bring in Chase Young?
Yes. Yeah,
he's decent. Cam Robinson, I'd go after big time. Offensive tackle, age 29. But I did enough to see. My concern is if they go to 4, and the guys they've been talking about on talk radio, which of course they know nothing about them, and none of them are watching out to film on them, which I will do, is the tackle and the D tackle. I haven't seen enough of them. I know they're very good. But if you're going to pick a guy in that spot at 4, and you're not considered a freaking absolute rock star freak, it's stupid.
Right.
Stupid.
Right.
You know, and I would trade out of the pick in a heartbeat if it fell. And it might have more value if you could even get in a situation where Hunter drops to you and that pick becomes more valuable to a certain organization.
Right.
And now maybe you can get, now you can get a lower division, a number 1 pick and pick up a 2. And because to me, I feel like
would you do this? Would you go trade for, if Hunter's there, trade for to KC, get their number 1 plus Rice.
Rashee Rice?
I need more than that.
Yeah.
Wow.
No?
I need more than that. If you're making a deal with Tom Brady.
Brock Bauer?
No, who knows what the deal would be? But I'm just saying, I don't.
I would take for 4. I would switch. I would switch picks and give us Max Crosby.
A heartbeat.
Yeah,
I'd do that.
You could do something like that, but
I would do that.
They have a good left tackle. They have a good left tackle.
They're not going to do that though because they can't because they're getting unless they sign Stafford, which has been reported.
Yeah,
which I don't believe, but they're getting Shador. That's my bet.
Well, but you only signed Stafford for a year, and then you're still in the same position next year if you're LA.
100%. My other thing is the media about Shador. You know what Shador's completion percentage was last year?
Probably not great.
Yes.
60%.
Done?
Yeah, because I think I saw a clip about it was him and Cam Ward like jabbing at each other, and he's like, you never threw the ball over 10 yards. He's like, all you did was dink and dunk, and your receivers did everything for you. And they were like jabbing back and forth. He had a pretty good completion percentage, I believe.
75%.
Yeah, they're like, he's like, you never
zero
threw a ball.
Zero offensive line.
Yeah,
He's going to be an absolute stud. He's the most underrated player going to the draft by far. By far.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
That's fine.
I don't think he's gonna be that good.
We'll see.
I don't
Like
think he's got good arm strength.
won't translate to the NFL.
Shador?
He throws off his back foot.
Shador?
Yeah. Did you watch Colorado?
Did you watch Shador and Cam Ward throw the football when they were together? It was like two different people, two different, like a man and a child.
When was this?
It was like a week ago.
Where? At the
They were doing like they were working out together, and it was
Kim Wood is stinks compared to Shador Sanders.
he's got a way bigger arm, way bigger.
All I know is he can lay it out there if he wants.
We'll see. We'll see. That's my prediction. Doug.
And he can move.
I predicted Bo Nix last year. Okay, none of you guys all shit on me. So I know my talent. I knew Jacoby Myers was a deal back in the day, right?
Bo Nix will be a nobody.
You got to admit that I am good at
He'll be
picking
an
talent.
absolute
in the NFL.
nobody in
You
the
admit that I'm good at picking talent in the NFL.
Love
because
Bo
they're
Nix.
pathetic. He's got a good coach, and he got embarrassed when it counted. He's not going to be a good.
He was a rookie.
He's not going to be a good prop.
He was good.
He'll be a serviceable stiff, like
He was-
most of the quarterbacks.
He was good.
Not special talent,
He's-
but he did have a good rookie year, coach. I'll give you that.
yeah, I'd say so.
The question mark of everybody is Drake May. Everybody's doing that. The jury for me is so out on this.
No, I'm
kid.
with you.
So out.
I think he's got talent. I just, the head injuries worry me. They worry me.
It's like a groin injury. It's a
Yeah.
problem.
No, but I mean,
100%.
look,
You're dumb as the stuff.
look at Carlo. I mean, Carlo, you breathe on Carlo. He's got a concussion. You know,
We'll do a draft special down the road. When's free agency start though officially?
12th.
March 12th.
It's coming up. So that's going to be exciting.
Yeah,
It's like 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, and they're gonna, all the franchise guys will get tagged. I'll grab another one, Rick. All the franchise guys get tagged right before the free agency.
Yep.
T. Higgins. Why wouldn't you tag him? It'd be stupid not to. You have to tag him because, that way there you can get some draft capital for him.
So we'll see that. Let's move on. So what was that in the last topic? Is that it?
Entertainment, unless you want to talk.
Well, I just want to mention a little college baseball. The Endicott Gulls got back from Georgia last weekend. Played a very good perennial top 20, top 10 program, LaGrange, outside of Atlanta.
Yep.
Got absolutely smashed game one.
Yeah.
Battled back down a bunch.
Rick, I'm a fan. I've been paying
Oh, you
attention.
watched it? Yeah.
And then what I'm going to tell you is one James Forrestier is in the mix.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He had a couple quality, like real at bats.
He's in the mix. He is in the mix, which is great to see.
Yeah, so I'm excited for him. But then they came back and tied that game late in the game two, and then scored like 7 runs in the 10th or something, and won that, and then got up big in game 3 and almost gave it away, but came back with 2 out of 3 wins, and now they got Salem State tomorrow, ready to go.
Oh, they'll wax these teams up here.
So, but it was a good test. It was a smart move by Coach Haley to get down there and play some of those bigger Division III where they've struggled when they got to the World Series. They don't. There's frankly just way too many cupcakes on their schedule. So it's good to get down there.
Could they schedule Division II teams just like non-league shit? No.
No, because they won't. Nobody will do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was different. Like in my day, like we in the GBL, no one cared about that stuff. So there was like Harvard. That GBL league was Harvard, Northeastern, BU, and they had baseball. Brandeis, I say BC. BC was in it. MIT, Tufts. So we played like a mini league. So we played everybody twice. It was like your midweek games.
Oh, okay.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. It's like an all-star game. It's all-star teams and everything. Stats on the Globe back then when people actually read the paper, Dougie. Believe it or
Not
not.
anymore.
Not
Nope.
anymore. And
It's all in your hand now.
so they ended up, but it was great.
It's all in
But
your
but
hand.
the problem is when I was at college, we won that 4 out of 5, 3 out of the 4 years. It's like we would beat all the time. I mean, forget BU, they stunk, but we beat like Northeastern, all those guys. But they were different type programs then. So it was more attractive for a lot of guys to go to like a Brandeis because the coach had so much pull, he could get kids in, and it was like the priority, you know. So guys were going there who had chances to get drafted or did get drafted and all that. Where at that time, you only had the BC head baseball job was a part-time job. Harvard baseball job was a part-time job. The BU baseball job was a part-time job. The only one that was full-time was Northeast. So it's a different world. So I've already never left. Brandeis full-time, MIT full-time, Tufts full-time.
Well,
so it was a totally different environment. But what happened when the dynamics changed, when BC decided to ramp things up, and even with Harvard to extent, Harvard switched, hired a full-time coach, Coach Walsh, and then BC did the same. Now they had to say they're competing to get into the tournament.
yeah.
So you can't afford to go play a Division III and lose.
Right, right.
You just can't do it. And that's what that. So like Bentley was Division II. We used to play them all the time. We mainly killed them. They stunk them. Bentley's way better now. But the point is that same situation. They can't afford to do that. So it changed the entire landscape of New England baseball changed for the better. But the Division IIIs have gotten even stronger in some programs just because a lot of the stuff with COVID and you know, in the trickle down effect of the 5th and 6th year kids and all that. But anyway, that's a little story about that. But so it'll be a fun run for them, I think, again this year. Looking forward to it. Nice. I was thinking about going up Sunday. They play Sunday, Salem State, but it looks like the temperature's high of 30, which isn't good for
Sunday.
Isn't good for Ricky, for Dougie.
That's call that an El Zippo Chanso, I believe.
Yeah, we'll catch another game down the road.
Yeah, I'll stream it from the hot tub, boys. I'll see you.
Yeah, we can stream it down at Main Street. I'll have we'll plug it in the big TV.
Throw Alex on.
We'll have it for background music.
So a little bit of entertainment.
Sure.
Miss my lovely wife turns 29 on Sunday.
That was a year ago, huh? That we were at East Bay. Wow, that went by fast.
Yeah. We're actually going to. We're going to
29.
That was a joke.
What is she? So what's? I forget. What is it?
Being nice here, Rick.
That's young. That's like Grace's age.
We will
be. We're actually going to be celebrating at Anejo, my maiden voyage to Anejo.
Oh, nice.
All right, so little advice. I'd go upstairs immediately.
Upstairs,
get there early, go upstairs. Yep.
We're going at 3:00
in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go anywhere you want. Oh, when? On Saturday?
Sunday.
Oh, yeah, you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, don't go upstairs. Then.
It's us. It's us and like 2 or 3 couples.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So that's all I got for.
I find it way overrated, but it's pretty good.
Interesting.
A quesadilla is a quesadilla.
Are you a Mexican food guy?
No, not really. I like the very basics, like the quesadillas, chips and salsa.
Yeah,
like
Lisa and I split the chicken quesadilla last Sunday with Woody and Schiff.
Woody.
Oh, really?
Downstairs, but and then the food's solid, but it's not. It's not like anything out of the like really differential than decent Tex-Mex.
So I'm gonna throw in an entertainment out there, but I'm gonna be very discreet about it.
Oh,
yes, you know this. So there's going to be a surprise party on Saturday. I won't say who. I won't say what type of party. But it's gonna be a surprise party.
Oh my God, that's this Saturday.
It is.
We forgot.
Yeah. And
we should have Dougie. Dougie should go.
I know. I'll fill you in.
That sucks. That party.
It's early.
Killing me.
Noon, Dougie.
Oh, jeez. Rick, you might have to just stay up all night,
I'm so disgusted by it, Doug. I don't know if I can go, but it's a surprise party, and the problem.
I don't know if I can go. He says,
we have to be there for the surprise. All right, I'm going. I'll say surprise. I'm going home. Gonna get a workout in. I'll come back for the back half of it.
Jesus.
Noontime.
What do you-
It was
what do
a
you-
fucking surprise birthday party at noontime.
What do you want to tell me off the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it? Play off the air. But I'm just telling you. That's going to be, it'll be fun.
Is it in Plymouth?
I know, whatever. Ricky, it's an afternoon's day drink.
It'll be fine. We'll see who goes. It's fucking brutal. But we'll give you the details after, Douglas.
All right.
I actually forgot about it. Damn. And I don't even think Lisa remembered. I could have been an absolute no-show.
No, she remembered because she
I
bought,
would never.
she bought
I
a
had it
present.
set up at a way better venue.
I know you did.
And
I know
they
you did.
turtled on it, which would have
So what would we like to do with the little top 3?
Well, it's too early for top 3 drafts. Why don't we do? I don't know. What do you think?
been. Doug, can you pause the recording for a sec?
It says I can pause. Let me try it. Go ahead.
I like it. All right, so Doug, we're going to go top 3 favorite, individually on our part, favorite Celtics of all time.
Yeah.
Fitzy didn't like them. Anyway, so coming out of the gate, I'm going to go. This is way before your time. Way before your time, Dougie. But when I first started watching Celtics, my favorite Celtic was Dave Cowens,
Ooh.
the 6'8" center. He was only 6'8".
Yeah.
He was this redheaded guy that
You have to play God in the NBA today.
I know, but he was good. I liked him.
Yeah, coach. And he was a coach.
He covered 7-footers back then.
I think he was tough as nails.
Yeah.
Great player. And I think he won an NBA championship as a coach as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably.
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with let's see. Tiny Nate Archibald.
There you go. Do you remember him, Dougie?
No.
No?
Us little guys got to stick together.
Archibald. No, I remember Nate Robinson.
Maybe before him.
Yeah,
Nate Archibald.
The guy,
I mean-
the guy had like springs in his shoes. He's like 5'5" and he's dunking.
Yeah, Nate Archibald played with, in the beginning of the Bird era.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a very good player.
Yeah. What do you got, Doug?
I'm going with the truth. Number 34. Paulie Pierce.
I got to give Pierce a lot of credit because who else was drafted the same year as him in the first round? They had like very close picks. I thought was it with him? I think
I don't know.
they had like 2 number 1 picks. Like
Bob Black didn't rank coach for that.
Ron Mercer.
Oh, was it?
Remember Ron Mercer?
So Rob Mercer was picked like was a Patriots. Celtics draft.
Yeah. So him and Pierce were close, like in the draft. Celtics had like 2 low picks.
Rob Mercer played at
Kentucky.
UNC, right?
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Vince Carter was taking that draft.
Oh, you looking
Jason
it up?
Williams. Dirk was taken right before Paul.
All right, so wait a minute, time out. Was Ron Mercer in that draft? Maybe not. The truth.
Mercer.
All right,
I don't know. I'm in the second round. I don't see him yet.
No, he was. What number was Pierce?
10.
Oh wow, it's a great pick. Who was number 1 that year?
Some center from Nigeria.
What was his name? Elijah one?
No. Michael Alawakandi.
Oh yeah, Olakandi. Remember him?
Yeah. Didn't he was very good. All right, we'll move on, Coach. Get your third one.
My third one. I just I'm
Second
on my
one.
second. My second one.
Yeah, second.
So I'm going. You don't like the subject? Jesus.
It's like we're freaking stumbling through some draft or whatever. The crowds, the fans are going. What the fans went to sleep.
All right. No, obviously my favorite of all time is Larry Bird, but I don't feel like that counts in this. But my other, one of my other favorites was Cedric Maxwell.
Really?
Yes, he was a dude.
He was good. He had an interesting career with the Celtics, though.
Well,
Because they traded him.
They traded him, but right before they traded him, he was the man in the in the championship.
He won the
MVP. Yeah, and Bird was on the team.
He was a sixth man.
Yeah, he was. Well, that was against Houston.
Yeah. Pretty good announcer. He made a good career with the announcing and all that.
Funniest thing ever. I walked out of a building. I think I told you this. I walked out of a building on State Street in Boston. I literally stepped onto the street, and there he was, right in front of me. And I go, Max, and I freaking shook his hand. He's like, "How you doing?" I go, "Hey, big fan. Appreciate the memories." He goes, "Yeah, no problem. I'm looking for a florist. Is there a florist around here?" Like, he had zero interest in talking to me about hoops. He was on a mission. It was pretty funny.
Of course.
It was good.
Yeah, of course he doesn't want to talk ball,
He was on a mission looking for a florist.
It's like the chef who works all day is expected to go home and cook dinner.
So what you got, Rick?
I'm just gonna. It's lovely. Lisa just rolled in.
Wow.
Probably I'll find a card. She bought. Good guy. Yes, congrats. Very exciting news.
It's good top three.
Yeah, right into it. She got a great deal. She went with the lease, $250 a month.
What?
Yeah,
A new car?
yeah,
Wow.
nice too. It's a little like
Oh, I knew that. They're probably like, "What do you need?"
whatever you need, guys.
Get out of here.
It's the league.
All right, so what we got here?
Let's see. There's so many guys. It's a tough. I would go with the modern era guy right now. I really like watching Jason Tatum.
All right.
I like his relationship with his son. I think he carries himself well. I think he's been bitching way less with the refs. He's just seems like a mature young man with endless potential.
The only thing I don't like about the kid is he's in the locker room all the time.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
It's a little weird for me. I would be uncomfortable.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. What you got done?
So I'm gonna go a guy who he ended up playing for 3 different teams, but I think his time in Boston really cemented everything. And I think that when you think of him as a Boston Celtic now. But the amount of passion and physicality that KG brought to this team was incredible.
Yeah,
and to hear him and Paul Pierce on a podcast now saying that like these young guns wouldn't have lasted 15 years ago when we were in there banging the paint.
Right.
Yeah, good luck. But I would say, no doubt with that is that they don't. Either Kevin McHale just felt bad and wanted Celtics to be good again because that was arguably the dumbest trade in NBA history that came between him and Ainge.
Well, it's the same as Luka today.
For what? For what they gave up?
Yeah, but Luka, but they didn't get. But they got stuff in return.
Yeah, they got an AD that's going to,
Kind of with him, and they got that. They didn't want to pay him. It was not like we had to pay guy that. That was just he thought he was going to. It was a favor to an old buddy.
Who's the guy? The big guy that Celtics gave up, who I liked.
Jefferson?
Yes.
Yeah. He had a good career with them.
He was good.
But I mean, it was a risk reward.
Back
end of his career to that. But the point is, to your point, it was a terrible trade by them. Great trade to create the big three. And I couldn't agree with you more. Because if they would have not had a championship for a long, long time if those two deals weren't made. And also, Paul Pierce wouldn't be even talked about in the same breath. Not in the same breath. Without Ray Allen and Garnett forming the big three, Pierce would be a nice little player in the organization. Good call, Doug.
Appreciate it.
Last one.
There we go.
We're done.
Walter McCarty.
Cheap turkey.
I love Walter.
Yeah, good call.
Well, he was
You just liked it because of Heinz.
Heinsohn, and plus, they sucked back then. But I was like the only guy watching.
Yeah.
Patty's like, why are you watching? They suck. Because I'm a Celtic fan.
Yeah. No, it was a good hard dog player. Great college player, that's for sure.
Kentucky. Let's bring it home.
I'm gonna go with Lisa likes. Let's see. I gotta go with this. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with unsung hero on those great teams because they were all awesome. Parrish, McHale, awesome. Love them all. Dennis Jones.
Oh yeah.
When they got him from the Suns, another Red Auerbach steal.
Yeah.
Stealing people. Parrish was a steal. That whole team was
McHale was a steal.
McHale was a steal, and even how they got Bird was a steal.
Yeah.
I mean, genius. What a genius he was.
Yeah.
But Dennis Johnson, one of the most consistent,
He was a pro.
clutch
pros
you'll ever see. And he came in with a little bit of questionable baggage.
He reminds me of Holiday.
From the Suns. Yeah.
Same type of guy.
Yeah. Or even D. White.
Yeah. Same type of guy.
But he ran the point. He ran the show.
Oh, yeah. He did.
He ran.
He was arguably the MVP.
And he was a big point guard.
He was thick.
Yeah. Very exactly.
What do you got, Frank?
So I'm bringing it home. It might be a little controversial. He came in, stayed for a cup of coffee, but great story, by the way. What was that? Fall River, New Bedford's finest. What is that?
Yeah.
He's actually like a motivational speaker now, I believe.
I know.
But no, came in, stayed for a cup of coffee. Everything he does just till this day is just hilarious. The crew they have on TNT is what TNT is doing, putting that panel together. It's gold. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He was the best.
Yeah, for that period of time.
He was.
Yeah, like I said, stay for a cup of coffee, but then just like even what he does now, just between him and Barkley on TNT, just jabbing each other back and forth is hilarious.
Do you remember this?
No longer. TNT's no longer.
I know. They're losing the contract. But you know what Shaq did when he was here? He went over to Harvard Square and sat in the middle of the the rotary there, sat there, and it was like a statue for like a long time. He just sat there, and people were like, "Oh my God!"
He was looking for Patrick Ewing, who went to school right down the street from
Cambridge Ranch
in Latin. Patrick Ewing, baby.
All right, boys, let's wrap this up. Episode 78 in the books. Ricky's got a dead soldier on his hand over there.
Good weekend, everybody.